And now is about perfect time that we can start talking about TBC arena compositions, 2v2 and 3v3. Now, as most of us know, in TBC, in arenas, pretty much only a couple of classes dominate for good reasons. Those classes being the mage, the priest, the rogue, the warrior, warlock, and druid. So actually it's 6 are kind of dominant. And the rest are kind of meh at best. But they do have their own spots. And we will take a look at what the data was at the end of TBC. And then we might Google some data from some private servers, but that data is not really accurate because maybe they got something wrong. And surprisingly, it does correlate well to the old data from like Arena Junkies and shit like that. So in 3v3, we have the RMP and the variations of that, Rook Mage Priest. And we have the WLD, Warlock, Warrior, Warlock, Druid, which, you know, is strong and is a counterpart to RMP. And there's variations on that as well. You can swap out some pieces. Now, in 2v2s, the 6 classes we initially stated are really strong. Pretty much in 2 of those in pair annihilate 2v2s, especially like warrior and druid, warlock and druid. Those are especially strong. Warrior priest, rogue priest, mage priest, stuff like that, you know. Rogue mage, that's strong as well. But also, let's do this for a quick second. Bam, we got this table here. Now, these are 2v2 rankings from, I don't know which season to be frank. July 2008, probably season 4. So that's quite high meta. So we have a warrior, a rogue, and a druid healer as the top team, which, you know, it's either in 2v2 it's either rogue druid or or warrior druid, which, you know, is the best, one of the best. Then we have warlock and resto druid, and by the way, these guys all went deep resto. In private servers there's this thing called dream state druids, which go deeper into balance than they go into restoration, but they do kind of 50-50 it. So yeah, warlock druid, very strong. I got rogue druid again. We got warrior druid again. And then we got a whole bunch of druid healers with some DPS. Holy fuck. So basically druid healers are insane meta. This, I haven't taken a look at this, by the way, so this is surprising even me. Now, as we go a bit down, these are all top teams, like top world, all servers that were up at the time, which were a lot of servers, you know. We got some shamans, a shaman here, which I would say a shaman is not that great, especially in twos, but these guys obviously know what they're doing and they're pretty good. Rook Mage. Looking at this, mage is surprisingly vacant from the list, but I think mage plus DPS combo requires a lot more focus, and is a bit harder to play than a healer DPS combo, especially Resto Druid plus something combo. Now, Rook Mage pretty good. Surprisingly, we don't see a lot of priests either. We got a priest rogue here. I do believe priest mage is amazingly strong as well. However, that might be some later meta developments from the private servers. And yeah, as you can tell from this list, basically Resto Druids dominate 2s because they're unstoppable pretty much. They require a lot of setup to kill. And they're pretty much the best arena healers, I'd say, up there with the priests, with discipline priests. And as for DPS, rogues of course have tons of CC. They're great. Warriors have Mortal Strike and they have a lot of pressure. They can just train somebody for years and years and years. And then, of course, there are Warlocks, which are very resilient. They don't die, and they can play the mana game. They can drain mana. They have unlimited mana on their own. They're getting healed. And, you know, they can put pressure on the whole team with their multiple dots. Now, just 1 second. I'm gonna change the title of the stream. There we go, TBC arena analysis, and yeah. Going bit, one more combination, which I would say is pretty strong in 2s, is the Priest Hunter combo, which I don't see much of here. I just see one Hunter on this list, which is surprising. But yeah, the Priest and the Hunter can set up some really nice CC with the Trap and the Fear. And I think they can pretty much burst somebody down really, really efficiently in that CC window. And then we'll move on to 3v3 with an interesting thing being at number 1, which is the double healer warrior combo, which might be one of the more interesting and the more boring ways to play, which is a big gripe against TBC arena PvP, that it can be really, really frustrating if you have good healers and it just takes a while. There's no dampening like there is in retail. There's no time cap. And it can just take a while. And if you don't have any mana burn, it just takes forever and ever. And here we have it as the first team. Right here. We have Resto Druid. See, Deep Resto. We have a Warrior, which, you know, great. I like Warrior. And this thing can put up a lot of pressure and can Mortal Strike, which, you know, and the 2 healers in pair can dish out quite some damage, especially the Priest. The Discipline Priest can dish out quite some damage. Now we also have a stand-in of Resto Shaman, which, you know, alright, I don't mind it here. Also have an RMP variant, Rook Mage Shaman, which, you know, they made it work. However, I would strongly suggest the Shaman be replaced with the Priest in a much more classical comp, which has tons of strong CC and can set up these beautiful windows, kill windows, where they can nuke somebody down. Now, the next one is this a Resto Shaman? Resto Shaman, Resto Druid, and the Warrior. Again, Resto Shaman provides Wind Fury and can pretty much burst somebody down as a bit of healing, and the Druid can also CC and burst and stuff like that. Now we have Rook Mage Shaman again, which is surprising to me, but this is Chinese meta, I guess. Chinese meta was Rook Mage Shaman at the time. We have Druid Priest Warrior, which funnily enough. And now we're getting into some more of the traditional comps that we are used to seeing, which is Druid Rogue Warlock, Druid Mage Warrior. You know, basically just take any strong comp from the twos and slap on a Rogue, a Mage, or whatever the fuck, and you're pretty much Gucci. As is evident here, we see a lot of druids, a lot of resto druids here. Like, look at all of this. A lot of double healer comps as well. See this right here, rogues with warriors, warriors with locks, rogues with locks, mages with warriors. Basically, it's all swappable. It's really who you have to play with. And yeah, surprisingly, not a lot of hunters, barely any paladins. This might turn out to be, let's shit on paladins a bit. Paladins in TBC PvP just kind of suck ass. And that is really unfortunate because Holy is just not there as our resto druids and discipline priests. Holy's even one step below resto shamans, and resto shamans are quite below discipline priests and resto druids. Surprisingly, not a lot of hunters on the list either, but this is late season. So this is probably season 4 we're looking at. I would say Beast Mastery does really good in the first couple of seasons because of the pet scaling. I think pets are better off at the start. And it's gonna be interesting to see how the meta shifts again during the seasons. When we get TBC Classic, that's gonna be very, very interesting. Now see Rogue Mage Priest, and then of course I'm sure there you can swap out the Mage with a Warrior, or swap out the Rogue with a Warrior, and maybe even a Warlock. Maybe you can go something of a spell cleave with a Warlock and a Mage and a Druid, something like that. But yeah, so these lists pretty much confirm what I initially stated about there being the 6 strong classes, and there's basically any amount of interplay in between them, as long as you combine, like, you can't put 3 DPS together, but you can put 2 healers and whatever together, you know. That seems to be working quite okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the TBC arena analysis. I hope it was short and sweet. And now we're gonna head back to regular WoW, and we're gonna do some other thing.